All right, what up, guys? Today's gonna be like a little bit of like a different kind of video. I really just I'm sitting in my car right now, and I just want to talk about like the art of slowing down. And this has been a big thing for me recently, is because like as I've kind of talked about, I think in my previous video, like my mindset is just go go go. Like I work fast, my brain works fast. I think like long term, I'm always, living in the future, trying to plan out my future, trying to plan out every little step to get to the desired outcome that I want to get to, right? And what I've realized recently is I find myself in this cycle of, okay, go go go, build, and then all of a sudden something happens and I get a minor setback, and then I question what I'm doing, and then I fall back in this loop over and over, to the point where it gets like I'm literally questioning every single life decision that I've ever made. And it gets to the point where it literally like was happening like dead ass, like every few days I would fall into this cycle. And I've made some pretty big decisions lately. You know what I mean? I had a detailing business back in Texas that was making a consistent six and a half K every month, and it had 2 employees, and really all I was doing was doing like the back end work and working online, working on the computer, while my employees were actually doing like the detailing work. And so I was making good money. I was in Texas with my family, where I grew up in my hometown, and I was very comfortable. And I decided to sell my business. I decided to pack up my truck and move to California and day trade, and this was before I had even ever passed an eval before, so I wasn't even profitable. And so what I'm trying to get at is I've taken a lot of risks. I've made a lot of big decisions that could have come back and bite me. So I would find myself in this loop a lot. And what I've come to learn these past few days is what has really helped me is slowing down. And something that I've been telling myself a lot is be neutral, be water, actually. So, I live out here, like I was saying, I live out here in Cali, and I surf out here. And so for if there's someone out there watching that surfs, you'll understand this analogy. But regardless if you surf or not, when you try to paddle too hard, your body starts, you get out, like you have to be on the surfboard in the perfect position to catch the wave, right? You can't be too far forward, you can't be too far back. But when you start trying to force the wave, when you start trying to catch the wave harder, or like when you start trying harder, or you start working harder essentially, and you start paddling harder, your body gets all out of whack, you're not in the right position, you end up missing the wave, and then you get pissed, and it's a cycle. And I found myself literally in the cycle with surfing and in life in general. And like I was saying, that mindset of go go go, work harder, do more, I can be doing more, like there's no time to rest, that is what built my detailing business. That is a grind business. It was hard work, it was a grind. But that is what ultimately built that business. So I've mastered that side of myself. But trading is the completely opposite. Trading and surfing is the complete opposite. And what I've come to realize is trading and surfing, it's the same thing. And you can't sit there and try to work harder or paddle harder or force a trade, because then you end up failing, losing a trade, missing the wave, because you're trying too hard. So what I've been trying to do is be in this place of being neutral and living in this almost flow state, right? And what I mean by be water is think about it. Water is water. Water freezes. It can, be blown all over the place by a storm. It can be, sometimes there's no waves. Sometimes the ocean is flat. But at the end of the day, it's still water. So despite what the conditions are, right? Despite whether it's stormy or sunny outside, it's still water. Despite whether the markets are moving good or if they're choppy, it's still the same market. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting at is like, if you can be neutral, if I can be neutral, if I can be in this flow state, I can adapt to my situations, I can adapt to my environments, to what is going on, and I've just been a lot more calm. And I haven't been falling into these cycles of, go go go, question my whole life, go go go, question my whole life. I haven't been falling into that because I've been neutral. I've been in this flow state. And I'm not saying that stuff can't shake me, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying that basically what I'm saying is I've noticed personally, and why I'm making this video is because I've noticed a change. I've literally like feel like my nervous system is like finally like regulated for the first time in my entire life, and I walk around and I'm happier, and I put out that kind of energy, and people notice it, and people have been talking to me, like random people on the street have been talking to me more, and I've been connecting with people, and it's a really cool thing. It's like I'm attracting it, like I'm putting something out there in the universe. Like it sounds crazy what I'm saying, but like it's a real thing, and I genuinely like notice it. So basically the whole point of this video: be neutral, be water, and be able to flow and adapt to whatever is going on, to despite what the conditions are, good or bad, despite whatever is going on in your life. Be neutral and flow, because if you can be water and you don't get, you know, like when water freezes, it's still water. So if you go through a shitty thing and you get frozen, you're still water, right? You know, nothing can shake you, honestly. Like for example, I took an L today on the charts. I'm fucking like living life like I would be if I took a win. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. So basically, that is what I'm getting at. If y'all want more like trading content, trading education, I have a free Discord. I'll put it in the description. It's completely free. I don't sell any course. I don't sell bullshit like that. It's completely free. I just want to build a community of like-minded people that can relate to what I'm saying, because I don't know if a lot of this made any sense. I don't know if some of it did, or maybe none of it did, but I hope there's someone out there that can take something from this. So if you want to connect with me on Discord, join the Discord, link is in the bio. But other than that, I will see you all in the next video.